Florists of Reddit, what is the most outrageous card message you've had to deliver with flowers? We used to have a card that had a picture of a dog in a doghouse in it. Used that one way too many times. Once someone had me write, "Sorry, but I'm choosing her. You can have the kids." Thought that was pretty brutal. I used the doghouse card, thought it was appropriate. Do you have a card that says, "To my one and only"? Yes, we do. Can I have a dozen? He was probably confused when he got 12 roses and 12 cards rather than 12 roses and 1 card. I think my note either outraged or perplexed the florist who worked with my order. I ordered flowers for my mom's birthday online and selected the Add a Note option. My note was supposed to say, "Hi Varsity Map IT. Happy birthday, Mom" in Finnish. My mom was in Russia at the moment and I'm guessing the software that Russian florist company was using couldn't read all the A's and replaced them with #228. So my mom ended up receiving a nice bouquet of flowers and a note that said HYV #228 #228 Symptom #228 P #228 IV #228 #228 #228 ET. They weren't outrageous, but I can think of 2 memorable ones. Was from Joe Biden for a local funeral. I saved the order form sent to us because I thought it was pretty cool. We are a very small shop in a small town and it came to us. Valentine's Day a few years back, a guy called and spent $200 on flowers for a girl and paid extra to have us deliver it ASAP and just signed it with his name. 2 hours go by and he hasn't heard anything, so he spent another $200 again and signed it, "I love you." He never heard anything, so he called a third time and spent another $200. This one was signed, "If you still love me, meet me at the bar at Applebee's at 9 o'clock. $600 later and the guy probably still didn't hear anything. We all wanted to show up at Applebee's though to see if she came, but we never did. When you receive these, I will no longer be alive. I delivered for a floral company. I wish I had more context, but card read, "We're so sorry about your nose." We had a little chuckle about it at shop, but when college-aged girl opened door with a smooshed nose, I absolutely lost it. Pretty much forced the flowers in her hands and ran to the car so she couldn't see me laughing. I don't know what's wrong with me. Thanks for letting me borrow your deodorant. It was an edible arrangement. Obligatory, not a florist. I was a wedding planner. Got a call from a soon-to-be bride next day on my work phone at stupid o'clock. She is bumbling, perhaps drunk, and there is loads of noise in the background. It took me a while to get what she was talking about. The groom had sent her a bouquet of flowers. The card read, "I don't." Well shit, now I'm in bed panicking, waking up my ex, and scramble to locate and contact groom. I get through to his number. He was sleeping, hungover as I had been, and slept through missed calls. Apparently, he's annoyed and confused. I think my words were, "John, what is going on? Why send flowers like that?" Turns out one of his groomsmen had sent them as a joke. Like a stag party joke. Everyone, and I mean everyone, was furious. So yeah, the entire bridal party had less than 3 hours sleep before the big day, myself included. It was an intense day. The amount of fucked up shit I've seen at weddings is unreal. This question is so perfect for me, but these are the 2 I can remember most recently. "I love you, my dirty hooker, and please unblock me on Facebook." My girlfriend is a florist. The weirdest request she has received definitely has to be an arrangement that came with the message, "Dear Alex, you are not retarded. Macy." Not me, but my florist mom. She had lady come in and get a decent bouquet and watched as she spent 20 minutes finding the perfect sympathy card just to write, "Sorry, you're such a dumb bitch." Apparently it was for her sister. My mom, who has 3 sisters, could totally relate. I have 3 sisters. I can absolutely relate. My friend's dad is a florist, and on a Mother's Day bouquet he printed a card that said, "Thanks for making me." My aunt by marriage is a real piece of work. She and my uncle had a bit of a falling out with my parents over something pretty trivial. I think it was about the fact the TV was on during Christmas dinner, or something else completely unimportant. Anyway, about a year or so after this, my father died of a heart attack, so my aunt sent flowers to the funeral. The message on the card read, "The old bastard got what he deserved." Why the florist decided to actually print this, I will never know. Not a florist, but we do balloon deliveries, so somewhat the same crowd. This one lady placed an order and the card was relatively mundane, something about how she had a good time at a meeting, thanked the receiver for making it so enjoyable, and that she couldn't wait to see him again. But she purchased our Lovers Deluxe combo, full of heart balloons, put the whole card message in a different light. Suddenly it read like thinly veiled flirting, and we were all pretty sure that meeting was an affair hookup. When we dropped it off at the guy's office, the secretary's face confirmed our suspicions. I remove these from nature so that you can watch them slowly die in your house. I sent a very explicit message to my SO via an online order of flowers. I got a call from a very angry florist telling me that I couldn't write such lewd things in the card. We haggled a bit and he allowed me to sign the card with "Your number one nasty man." Obligatory, not a florist, but I used to work in a distribution warehouse for a department store while I was in college. My first position there was packing and shipping, so putting things in boxes. One time I got a bin that had these two gorgeous dresses. Like absolute black tie gala type gowns. I gently put them in a garment box, tissue paper, everything. Before I seal it up, I notice there is a note printed from my ticket area. The blue one is for Christmas, black for the funeral. Can't wait to see you, XOXO Grandma. I put the note in one of the neat little envelopes and tried to never think about it again. I have quite a few. One of the most memorable was having a guy come in to drop off his note for the flowers we were delivering for a friend's birthday. The note turned out to be a 6-page letter, and apparently they're only just friends because she had turned him down before. Then a couple weeks later, it's almost Valentine's Day and he comes by again to order flowers for her and drop off another lengthy letter. We congratulate him because we thought that they must be together now, but nope, she has a boyfriend now and he still wanted to send her flowers on Valentine's Day. And one that was outrageous, but not exactly because of the writing on the message card, but what was in the message. It was on 5/20, and it was significant because he had $5,200 bills which he wanted us to wrap each individual rose in the bouquet with. He said he wanted to show his girlfriend how much he loved her, and he knew she also loved money. So he wanted his girlfriend to be able to pluck out each individual bill and be able to get the message of his love. We have done money bouquets before, but with significantly less money. So we told him we would do it only if he stood there and watched, because we weren't comfortable with that amount of money and that it would take at least an hour. But he didn't really have the patience to wait that long, so he just ended up paying for the 99 roses, and we never knew how he ended up presenting the money. To me, for me. Happy birthday. Finally one for me. Got a lot of "sorry I cheated on you," but one that really stuck out was "I'm so sorry Jean has cancer, you can have the decorative plates back, love, Marianne." My fiancée is a florist. She often sends me ridiculous messages she's been asked to attach to flower orders. My personal favorite so far: "Sorry I knocked up your friend." When I worked as a florist, we had several interesting ones that stood out. There was a guy who sent a dozen red roses to this girl every week, which is a lot of money but not too unusual for some couples. However, the girl didn't want them, and my delivery driver often said last week's flowers were still on the porch. One week she called us and asked us to stop delivering to her as she had a restraining order out on the guy and that we could just donate the flowers somewhere. His next message was, "I'm sorry I came to your house last night, please don't call the police. Love, douchey guy," and we refused the order, but I still think about how thick this guy was to spend thousands on a girl who had an actual restraining order against him. Valentine's Day is a florist's most dreaded week, and the cards are always really sappy, generic, or embarrassing, which provided us a lot of amusement. We also bring on extra help for the weekend. One year we had an Irish guy answering phones and manning the register while we furiously worked to create hundreds of arrangements a day in the back. This led to some interesting conversations as the accent created some miscommunications. Someone dictated a card to him that was something like, "I can't wait to see you tonight, I'm counting down the time on the clock." They also literally said "winky face haha," and the Irish guy asked him several times to repeat the message to be sure it was right. Then there was a long pause and he had to mute the phone and laugh. After the call, he said their guy resorted to spelling out the message but had a little mishap and said, "It's clock, C-O-C-K. Clock." And from then on, whenever someone asked the time, we'd all say, "Check the C-O-C-K." The Dead Roses arrangement accompanied by "These roses are as black as your heart, bitch." The note on the order said to make the arrangement as dead-looking and goth as possible. An arrangement for a new baby, in this case twins. I'm sorry for the bad news. Good luck. Best part was they asked for a sympathy arrangement instead of one of the new baby themed ones. Thanks for watching and don't forget to like and subscribe for more videos like this.